This is Sean with Gate City Foundation Drainage, and we are on a job in High Point today. So let's take a look. This is a house that was a flip and it's under contract. And of course the inspection found water in the crawl space. And so we've already gotten started here, but you can see all the water that sits right here. And we have a bank right here, a bank over here as well. And so the water is coming down. The other thing that's going on here is this downspout is dumping. There was an elbow on there, but this is dumping right into this area. And so we're going to send this around and down. I've got the excavator here, and we're also going to put in a French drain, basically from the edge of the deck across here. We're going to go at an angle over here, and then you can see how wet it is over here too. So we're going to extend our French drain, and then we're going to head on down to the street. The other side over here, we are going to, our French drain will end about right there. We'll take it into solid pipe, and then we cut that gutter, and we're taking it right on down to the curb down there as well. If you've watched my channel for long, you know that I can't stand this corrugated. I wanted to show you, this was already in there as a French drain, and look at how clogged up that is. The ribs in the corrugated don't allow the water to flow through it, and so sediment settles in there and they just clog right up. That's why we use nothing but solid, thick wall PVC pipe for everything we do. So we got something like this, and we'll patch all this, but that's about what it's going to look like. We're back on this job this morning, getting some gravel put in. I wanted to show you real quick. The ditch that we dug yesterday, it was dry. Today it's wet. So that means that it's collecting water for us like it's supposed to. So we're going to get some gravel in here, get our perforated pipe in here, and give that water that's in here a place to go. So that water will flow through our perforated pipe on either side and head on down to the street. So we got a layer of rock in there. We got our perforated pipe in, and now we're covering it up with the rest of it up with more gravel. So this will make a nice barrier for water, and it makes a good place for water to be able to go. So it's a path of least resistance all the way down to the curb. So all this water here will eventually seep into the gravel. Once it gets in the gravel, it's got unrestricted flow, and it'll make its way into the pipe. That pipe represents the path of least resistance. Whether it goes that way or this way, either way, it'll make it down to the curb. We are just about finished up with this job. So we extended this gutter out a little bit just to get it a little bit further from the foundation, but since it's dropping downhill, that wasn't really a concern. This gutter was a big concern. There was a lot of water coming off of this roof and landing right here, and it had nowhere to go. So now that's going to be headed on down to the street with no problem. We've got our French drain put in, and so this is about 7 tons of gravel that we brought in. So that'll be a really good barrier. Water can't cross it. And then what was going on here was this concrete is back grading into the foundation a little bit, and this driveway is back grading a little bit, and so all this water dumping out right here was making its way in the foundation too. So we got this caught, and although it doesn't look great, it's a good solution. So that's going to end right there. So we've got seed and straw on the way, and then we'll be finished with this job. Here we are, pretty much finished up with this job. So we caught this gutter. We've got our French drain hooked in right here, so the French drain can drain on either side of the house. Basically, water can find its path of least resistance. We got some of these tiles back in place, and we are good to go.